We must take risks to succeed. We must bet on ourselves all the time, every day. You got to bet on yourself, man, and believe in those bets. Until you get to that point, then you'll never really know what the hustle is all about, what the freedom is behind all this. Because me, myself, personally, I bet on myself every day, man. Every day I wake up, I bet on myself to go win, to go score a job, to go be a better person. I'm betting on myself every day, man, to do the right thing. So you got to get to that situation where you're confident enough to bet on yourself, and then you'll start seeing some success. Like, I'm seeing a little bit of success this year, and it feels so fucking good. It's so addicting. I've done a lot of drugs in my life, and this is the best drug ever, is success, man. The success of, following my next successful step, following the next positive attribute, and just keep going after that, man. Like, there ain't no stopping this. Like, it just is what it is. The book I'm reading, Man Up, by I forget the guy's name, but Bedros. I don't know if it's his first name or last name. If you're into fitness and working out, I'm sure you've seen him on Instagram and YouTube videos. He does a lot of interviews and shit like that. He owns some supplement company, or like a personal training company. But anyways, in his book, he was out crab fishing with like a crab or whatever, and it was his buddy, and that's what he did for a living. But he wasn't a professional crabber. Bedros wasn't. So this is what happened. When the crabber was collecting the crab, he noticed, like, he had a bucket full of crab, then one crab was like escaping out of the bucket, and then Bedros goes to his friend. He says, like, hey, that crab is escaping. And then he just watch this. And then, so there was a bucket full of crabs, and that one crab was escaping. What crabs do is they reach and grab that crab and then bring them back into the bucket with everybody else. So that right there brings up the question, do you have crabs in your life? Like, do I have crabs in my life? And if you do, you got to rearrange your life so you don't have so many crabs. Like, I'm a firm believer that crabs are everywhere, and this, like, we have them in our daily lives from time to time. But we have to separate ourselves. No matter how hard it is, we have to separate ourselves from those crabs, because those crabs will bring us down. When you have big ambition and you have big goals, you need to surround yourself with people with like-minded thoughts, with the right thinking behind it, not people that complain about what you do and, like, your time is, like, not valuable to them or some bullshit. So you have to surround yourself with people who get that, who get that you're going to be working long-ass hours to make this dream come a reality. Like, you can't be chilling on the couch every night and watching Netflix every night. Like, this shit, like, when you're grinding, man, like, I know with landscaping, for example, like, I try to inflict balance on my life, but, like, it's really, I'm not going to say it's hard to inflict balance, but these first couple years, I see it being a little off kilter and a little off balance, because I'm having to put in so much work right now, finding new clients, getting new clients, buying new tools, starting out with no credit, starting out with not a lot of money. So all these things, man, it's going to be hard if you have crabs in your life and they're bringing you down with them. You know what I mean? Like, you have to associate with other jets, like other first-class jets. If you're hanging around the crop dusters, you're eventually going to want to blend in with crop dusters. That's what we are. Like, we're a pack animal. The pack that we surround ourselves with, we're most likely going to be like. It's just bottom line. Like, you pick up on energy, whether you want to or not, whether in your head you're saying, oh, this dumb bitch or this dumb kid, like, I don't want to be anything like him. But if you're spending a lot of time with them, your brain, your body language, all this shit, the subliminal messages, it has no choice but to pick up on these vibes, and then you become this. Because we're a pack animal, we're meant to blend in with each other, we're supposed to be here to support each other. That's how God made us. So that's the whole thing about separating yourself from the losers. Like, if you have losers in your life that are bringing you down, you really need to separate yourself from them. Like, as hard as it is, I don't care if it's your mom, your dad, your brother, your best friend, people that you've known your entire life. once you share your goal or once you share your dream with them, and if they're not like 100% supportive or calling you crazy, like, you probably got to let them go. You know what I mean? Like, unless somebody's on board with you, you know, I don't expect everybody to be 100% on board, but at least they support me. You know what I mean? At least they support the vision, they support the goal, and saying things like, oh yeah, you can do this, I definitely believe in you. You know what I mean? Not like, oh man, it's going to be so much work, this and that. You don't have this, you don't have that. You got to stop associating yourself with people who focus on what you don't have and start associating with people that focus on what you do have. That's the main thing, I believe, between a successful entrepreneur and a not successful and a failure of an entrepreneur. Successful entrepreneurs focus on what they do have and utilize it, and the ones that fail focus on what they don't have and they stress themselves the fuck out. Like, that's all you got to do, man. It's that simple. And then you got to, you know, focus on putting it out into the universe, asking God, asking the universe to send you like-minded friends who focus on what they do have and not what they don't have. Like, that's what you got to do, man. You got to really focus and hone in on what you do have. I'm not saying you can't make goals and dreams about the car that you want or shit like that, but you can't take precious time out of your day and being like, oh fuck, I don't have it. You know, like, I get guilty of it all the time, man. You know, I got to pull myself out of it. Then I'm like, oh fuck, like, I'm so glad I pulled myself out of that, because I was falling into my old patterns of losing. Like, when I was losing, when I was dead broke, I would always focus on what I didn't have. Like, always, almost. Like, every fucking day. Instead of focusing on what I do have. Like, today, I focus on what I do have. That's why I'm successful this year. It's because I'm focusing on what I do have way fucking more than focusing on what I don't have. Like, for example, like, I focus on what I do have. I have a couple chainsaws. I have this van. I have this pickup truck, and then I've just bought another van, the Toyota. I don't know if you guys seen that yet, but I got a Toyota van for the tools. And those are two, you know, relatively cheap cars. This one was $6,000. That one was $4,000. So I use those to do the jobs that we've been doing. I don't have a pickup. I don't have a dump truck. So I focus on customers that are okay with that. Mainly customers that want to keep the wood, or customers that, you know, they're willing to work with a young entrepreneur like myself. And they see my goal, they see my vision. Once you get that in a customer, you're all set, man. Once they see your vision and goal and feel your vibe, then you become friends with them. That's all it is, man. Like I've said before, I focus on conversation. Like, obviously, you know, let's take a look at the job. Let me see what I can do for you. But then after that, it's like, let's get to know these people. You know what I mean? Like, they're trusting me to come on their property. I'm gonna charge them probably a couple grand, $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, whatever it is. So let's become friends with these people, you know, so they trust me. You know what I mean? So I have a lifelong customer. So they can say, oh yeah, I remember when Kenny Lucas started that business from nothing, and now look at him. You know what I mean? It's a classic American story, man. Like, everybody in America should have their own business, I believe. It's true American shit to do that. You know what I mean? I'm not, well, I take that back. Not everybody's meant to own their own business. You know what I mean? Some people are happier just going to work every day for somebody else. I'm way happier finding my own customers and doing it myself, because that's just how I'm wired. Like, I don't know. I've always thought of it that way, man. Like, ever since I was young, I've always wanted to have my own landscaping business. I just didn't run off with it, because I surrounded myself with people who said, like, you know, like, get a normal job or some shit like that. When, you know, like, I was like in first grade when I wanted to start my own landscape company. I actually did. It only lasted one job because the customer wasn't happy with our work, but you know what I mean? Like, that's what it is, man. You just, even, I don't care how young you are watching this video, if you want to start your landscape business, like, I don't care how young you are, man, like, just do it. Like, I would literally hire first graders to come cut my lawn if I had one. As long as they're hungry for it, man. If they want to learn, I'm definitely all about small business, especially now that I've started my own small business. Like, I'm all about it. Like, I don't care what your background is, as long as you do me good, I'm gonna do you good. I'm gonna get you more customers. I'm gonna put the word out. I'm gonna write you Google reviews. You know, like, this just is what it is. You know, it just is what it is. Yeah, guys, with that, I'm gonna end the video. My throat's kind of getting dry. I gotta switch out this air filter in my truck. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. It's a hot day up here in Massachusetts. Another perk of being your own business owner, I don't have to be out there working outside right now. Don't miss working in the extreme heat at all. That's for damn sure. I'm not above it though, you know what I mean? I'm not above it. Like, I could be out there tomorrow grinding my ass off. I probably would be if I had more work lined up. I'm just too busy on focusing on the next jobs. You know, if I had like the whole summer lined up, yeah, I'd probably be out there working because I actually enjoy work for a couple days a week. But yeah, with that, guys, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Show this to a friend. Hopefully this gets you through something. And yeah, just make a decision and stay with it. Peace.